Movie starts with Paul Atreides having bad dreams about a girl named Chiny. He wakes up early to attend the ceremony to hear the message from the Emperor. During the ceremony, Duke says, "General Tua Hawk." "Yes, sir." "How big is that thing over there?" "Ooh, big enough to make me come, sir." "I might have an orgasm just thinking about it, sir." Anyways, Balenciaga team shows up and says that Emperor orders House Atreides to take control of spice production on Arrakis immediately. Wait, that's it? You could have just sent me an email, bruh. What's with all these stupid formalities? Stop wasting people's tax money, cheekbones. Anyways, House Atreides accepts the offer.
The Emperor asks us to bring peace to Arrakis. House Atreides accepts!
Cut to Jessica informing Paul that Helen has come to talk to him, so Paul goes through a quick medical check. Paul talks to the nurse like, "I've been having dreams about a girl, Chiny. Sir, it's very racist of you to racially profile me." "I said Chiny, not Chinese, you dumbass."
You doctor yet?
"No, I'm still a nurse. I've got 2 more years left to complete med school."
Talk to me when you doctor.
Paul goes inside the room, but Jessica waits outside. Helen orders Paul to kneel down, and she's like, "D to your crack. Put your fingers inside my crack." "What?" "Put your fingers inside me." Paul starts fingering, but Helen looks unfazed. Paul tries even harder, but Helen is still not feeling it at all. He fingers it so hard that even the girl outside the room, Jessica, can feel it, but Helen still has no reaction. Paul may not have been able to please her, but he can feel the fire, burning sensation. Coots as rough as sand. Paul realizes Helen has STDs. Finally, she tells him to stop, then Paul checks his hand to see if his fingers got any STDs. Helen is not happy with Paul Atreides because he could not turn her on. On her way out, Helen starts ranting about Paul. She's like, "He could not even turn me on. How could he be the one? Your son is not the one. Give up your hopes, girl." Paul overhears the conversation and asks Jessica, "What was all that talk about me being the one, mother?" Jessica says,
"For thousands of years, we've been carefully crossing bloodlines to bring forth one. A mind powerful enough to bridge space and time, past and future, who can help us into a better future."
It's Big 10,191. I don't believe in this shit. Little context about characters here. These people are called Fremen. Fremen are native people of Arrakis. Arrakis is mostly sand and sandworms, and most importantly, it's got spice. Spice is like the fuel that makes space travel possible. It's also a drug, and too much of it can make people start tweaking. The Fremen have always been against the Harkonnens, since Harkonnens took control of Arrakis to harvest the spice and got rich by exploiting the planet for 80 years. But out of nowhere, one day, the Harkonnens stop spice production and leave Arrakis on the Emperor's order. Emperor is jealous of Atreides because Atreides' voice is rising. Atreides have gained a lot of popularity and power. This can be a potential threat to his position as Emperor, so he orders Harkonnens to pretend to leave the Arrakis and hand over the Arrakis to Atreides and let the Harkonnens and Sardaukar together kill all the Atreides. In this way, the Emperor can get his work done without getting his hands dirty. Later, Helen meets the fat guy to remind the Emperor's order. She's like, all Atreides must die, except Paul Atreides, because he's the main character. If he dies, the movie ends. And don't kill his mother, Jessica, either, because that bitch is a bitch, just like me. By the way, Sardaukar will help you do the job. Do you understand that, fat ass? Yeah, bitch. I promise, I won't harm them both. But the fat guy doesn't want any Atreides to live, so he decides to throw them in the desert, hoping that sandworms would probably eat them. Therefore, he can say he kept his promise and push the blame on sandworms. Later, Duke Atreides moves his family to Arrakis with his troops. Meanwhile, Sardaukar troops gearing up for the battle. Anyway, the Harkonnens and Sardaukar launch a sneak attack on the Atreides. They throw both of them into the desert, capture Duke Atreides, and take him to the fat guy. Duke be like, "You wanna hear a joke?" "Yeah." "Tell me." "Come closer then." "Yeah, tell me." What did a whale say to a man whose breath stinks? I don't know, man. Whale said, I don't know, man. The breath stinks so bad that it kills all the people in the room except the fat guy. He somehow manages to survive. When he gets better, he chooses Robin as in charge for spice production. Fat guy pops his head out. He looks like a pig having a mud bath. Fat guy's like,
"Brother, may I have some oats?"
Fat guy's like, find all the Fremen and kill them all, and squeeze hard. What? What, uncle? Spies, dumbass. Squeeze hard. Cut to Paul and Jessica running up the sand dune to get a clear view of the Atreides soldiers getting cooked. Paul then gets overexposed to the spice and starts tweaking and says some stupid things like, "Goon in my name. Everybody's gooning in my name. Everybody's gooning in my name." I actually did a small role in this film. This is the scene where I appear.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come.
Yeah, that's my D.
Muad'Dib.
A lot of people are literally obsessed with my D. They even made an ugly ass popcorn bucket inspired by my D. They literally made documentaries about my D. Y'all need to stop obsessing over my D. And to my haters, this message is for you.
Get somebody to translate to you.
You can see that blue liquid getting squeezed out of my little brother. That's goon matter right there. People drink our goon matter for powers like unlocking ancestral memories and character art, stuff like that. As you can see, my little brother here wrapped around the woman. His name is Drake Mamba. Drake Mamba! Drake Mamba! Drake Mamba! Drake Mamba! The woman slimed out Drake Mamba by drowning him and put needles and tubes in his D, squeezing the goon juice out of my little brother. R.I.P. Drake Mamba. Drake Mamba! You're probably wondering how I'm alive. Guys, it's obvious. I'm too big for them to handle me. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I'm no use, cause I ran out of goon matter, so I eat whatever I find in dunes, humans, machines. In fact, I'm usually attracted to rhythmic vibrations, which I perceive as potential meal or threat. So any rhythmic vibrations like thumping sound, sea walking, K-walking ain't gonna work in dunes. You gotta learn and hit those unrhythmic dance moves to escape from my D. Or you can use a vibrator that mimics thumping sound to distract my D. I just realized that when big creatures like sandworms or dinosaurs eat a whole body, they don't just taste flesh and blood, they can get a hit of poop the moment they bite into the intestines. Then later they started moving and dancing on the desert to avoid my D, but I can still sense rhythmic vibrations because they're not hitting the right moves. They start running from my D almost gets them, but my D gets distracted because some Fremen set off a vibrator somewhere nearby, so my D goes to check it out. Then they both bump into some Fremen, including Chani and Meat Rider. They both get along with Fremen to avenge his father. As Harkonnen snatch the control of spice production from Atreides, Paul joins the Fremen gang to attack the Harkonnens whenever they show up in the desert to harvest the spice, therefore disrupting the spice production.